The following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
This week on Ravens Report, after last week's bye, the Ravens are back at work preparing for Sunday's crucial AFC North matchup against the Bengals. We sit down with Eric Weddle and John Harbaugh, plus we preview this week's game. All of that and more coming up on this week's Ravens Report.
Flacco takes the snap, throws it inside the 5 to get Mark Andrews. Touchdown Ravens!
One play at a time. Win your one-on-one battles, and we'll win this game. Be great on 2. 1, 2. Be great.
Ravens on 3. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Welcome to Ravens Report. From the Under Armour Performance Center, I'm Erin Hawksworth. The Ravens used the bye week to rest and get healthy after a long preseason and tough first 9 games of the season. But several questions remain entering Sunday's game, including whether Joe Flacco will be healthy enough to play. What we do know is Sunday's matchup against the Bengals is a crucial game for the Ravens, who are still in the middle of the AFC playoff picture. Cincinnati has questions of its own, though. The Bengals have given up 500 yards of offense in 3 consecutive games. And Cincy will also likely be without All-Pro wide receiver A.J. Green. Eric Weddle and the Ravens secondary won't complain about that, as Green has made it a habit to terrorize the Ravens defense, including a 3-touchdown performance earlier this season. Evan Washburn sat down with Eric as the Ravens look to take advantage of Green's absence and beat their AFC North rival.
Well, Eric, always good to be with you.
Yeah.
This is my first chance to ask about life with. Still got the beard, but
the beard's,
the not the full
without the
statement piece.
Yeah, it's actually nice. I got tired of it, and when I get my mindset on something, it's pretty much a done deal. So I was thinking about doing it during the bye week. Chanel and the kids were asleep, and I'm like, why? If I don't want it anymore, why am I gonna wait? So I did it, and my teammates were all mad at me. No, you should have called me. We should have talked you off the ledge. It's over and done with. It's nice not to deal with it, quite honestly.
So beyond the beard, what did you hope to get out of the bye week?
It's been a long run, and obviously we've struggled the last few weeks. Things that we've done to ourselves, and we played against really good teams, and we just needed. I needed to get away. I was still working out here. You know, I didn't go anywhere, but just being able to spend time with the kids, take my daughters on dates, go to my son's practices, his games, spend time with my wife.
Be a normal human being.
Yes, yes. I'm a lot older now, so I don't feel the stress, the pressure. You know, a good friend of mine told me pressure is self-inflicted. So I try to just live in the moment and have fun. I mean, I love what I do. Obviously, I pour everything into this game and this team. And if it doesn't happen that we don't get a win on Sunday, I'm not going to be miserable with my kids and my wife. I've done everything I can. I can live with myself. So it was just nice to just kind of step back and enjoy the family time and re-energize. I mean, I'm more excited to get back to work and to get back with my teammates and make a special run. I mean, we're still right there. Yeah. So people tend to freak out, you know, where we're at and the way we've played the last few weeks. Look, we're 1 game out of the wild card. We put ourselves in a position where we have to play well and we have to win a bunch of games. But that's fine. You're going to have to do that regardless. But the focus needs to just be on us. Play together, play as one, and just get a win. And from there, you don't know what can happen. I've been a part of some teams that we were 5-5 one year. We run off 6 in a row, get to 11-5, and go all the way to the AFC Championship game. We end up winning 8 in a row. I've been on some streaks, but you can never get on a streak if you can't win one. And seeing the teams around the league, I mean, you know, we hold Saints to 24 points, and it's 7 points to 3 quarters, and they're putting 50 on other teams. So we're doing a lot of good things. We just have to do them better.
The defense, despite a few quarters I know you'd want to have back, you're still statistically in the top in a lot of those key categories. But next step in this 7-game stretch, what do you feel like it is for this group to really be the driving force behind what this team does?
A few things. We have to get better on 1st and 2nd down and get to teams to 3rd and 7, 8 plus. so where we could be successful on third down. And what's really killed us in critical times is third down in the red zone. Whether it's been penalties, whether it's been communication, or just giving up touchdowns on third down in the red zone. That's where we faltered the most. And once the turnovers start happening and the pressure and offenses are scheming and attacking us, the ball's coming out quick. At times we're playing some zone coverages and situations where it's pitch and catch and we tackle, and teams aren't getting those big plays on us. I mean, we're tops in the league in 20, 30, 40-yard plays, whether it's run or pass. And that's because the quarterback's not sitting back there taking, 7-step drops, play action shots. They're not going up the field. So that limits your opportunities, and the pressure and the coverage have to coincide. So pressure gets a little bit better, we cover a little bit better, those turnovers are going to start happening.
The Bengals, you mentioned it, they are coming off a game where they ran into a Saints team that you also saw. No A.J. Green. What still concerns you about a team that historically has given Baltimore trouble?
Obviously that right there, just the history between the two franchises, how close the games are, how they've had our number over the years, it has been frustrating. And they have a great quarterback. When he's in rhythm, he gets his spots, he knows the coverage, he's as good as there is. When you make it tough on him by your looks, by the pressure, by claps in the pocket, then he becomes an average quarterback. So being able to do those and limiting 28, he's a legit back in this league. He's tough, he's physical, he's great vision, balance. We have to get back to stopping the run and limiting the extra yards, the yards after contact. And 83, I mean, gosh, the last 2 years he's killed us. And we have to spend so much time trying to focus on 18, but he's just as good. And we have to have a conscious effort of knowing where he's at. If 18's not in there, or if he is, we got to have a plan and play 83 like he's 18, because he's hurt us in critical times. And over the last 4 games, a couple of years, he's been a tough matchup for us.
Always appreciate the perspective, Eric.
Always.
Thanks for the time. Always. Thanks, bud.
Coming up on Ravens Report, coming out of the bye, John Harbaugh's team looks to start fast against an AFC North rival. We sit down with the head coach next.
There are those who write history and those who make it, but we can do both. The story of the 2018 Ravens has not yet been written. The first 9 weeks are history, and we will finish the story in the next 7 by how we play, by how we fight, by how we cheer. This team, this city, we are all in. We will write the story of the Ravens, so go ahead, write our obit, but we're not dead yet.
On Sunday, the Ravens will host the 23rd annual Ravens Food and Funds Drive presented by Safeway. Volunteers will collect monetary and non-perishable food donations outside of all gates at M&T Bank Stadium. It's all part of an effort to feed the flock during the month of November. Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Despite the Ravens' loss to the Steelers at the beginning of the month, John Harbaugh and the Ravens have been dominant at home in the month of November. They are 30-13. Earlier this week, Coach Harbaugh said the Ravens are fired up and fresh coming off their bye, and Sunday's game will be their first big test. In other positive news, the Ravens are 8-2 coming off the bye since 2008. Now, historically, Baltimore's had some trouble with the Bengals, and the Ravens surely haven't forgotten how Cincinnati ended their season last year with the playoffs on the line. Here's Garrett Downing and John Harbaugh.
It will be determined over the course of the next 7 games who's going to make the playoffs. It won't be determined by what's gone before. It will be determined by what goes forward. And if we want to be one of those teams, then we got to go earn it. So we write our story for the next 7 games. We'll write the story of the Ravens 2018 season.
Well, Coach, welcome back from the bye week. I hope you enjoyed a couple of days away a little bit. A big process during the bye week that fans may not know as much about is self-scouting. You and the coaching staff kind of dive into everything that worked and didn't that you want to change. What goes into that process, and what did you learn through it?
Well, we learned a lot, but what you learn that you want to apply is kind of the key thing. You learn a lot of things you already know. We look at everything, and it's hard to kind of lay out but from everything from formation to stances to tendencies to what's successful to what people are doing against us to what people are doing around the league. And then you try to say, okay, given all this information, what direction do we want to go for the second half of the season? And you do it in about 3 days. You know, it's pretty intensive. And you apply it to what you already know, and you say, okay, this is our direction going forward. And some of that has to do with the players that you're going to have back healthy. And, you know, it's everybody does it. I don't think it's anything complicated, but it's definitely something that you want to do.
I got a sense in talking with players this week is that they kind of felt rejuvenated. You guys have been here, it seems like an eternity. You started training camp early, you've been here, you had 5 preseason games. But getting a few days away was good mentally, was good physically, and they came back feeling just rejuvenated. Can you sense that?
I did. They were juiced up. I felt like they were faster. I felt like they were kind of, you know, had a bounce in their step physically, but also kind of emotionally, spiritually as well. I mean, they were ready to go. They appreciated it. Our guys work really hard. You know, hey, if I felt like we needed to practice for 2 days, you know we would have practiced for 2 days.
I know you love the yeah.
If I'd have been like 50-50, we probably would have practiced, you know. But I just knew we needed to get away. We practiced hard. Our guys put everything they can into every single practice. I love the way our guys work, you know. And eventually, when you do that, the only variable is time. It's a time in terms of how good you're going to get and the success you're going to have and all those kind of things. So we need to start having success and winning more games than we don't on a regular basis, like a lot more games. But I was happy with the guys, and I felt like the best thing we needed to do, the most important thing we needed to do, was get off our legs, you know, and try to get physically refreshed and ready to go for the last part of the season.
Now that starts with Sunday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals. A big story this week is obviously quarterbacks. So, Coach, I want to give you the opportunity here to announce who your starting quarterback is going to be. So go ahead and let everybody know.
Okay. Well, I am prepared to make an announcement.
Ooh, I'm excited about this.
I can announce this, that when the Baltimore Ravens take the field against the Cincinnati Bengals at 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, there will be a quarterback under center. There's going to be somebody,
okay.
Or he could be in the gun.
Oh,
one of the two, so
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe you could put 2 out there. You could put two guys out there.
There could be 2 out there as well, certainly.
In all honesty, though, when you go through this week and there's uncertainty at this position, right. I mean, every team kind of protects injury information. Bengals are doing the same thing with A.J. Green and kind of saying, well, maybe he could play, maybe not. Right. Why is it so important, and why? And does that affect, honestly, when you are preparing for other teams and the way that they prepare for you? You
know, I think it's a great question because, you know, fans and media, they might say, you know, what's the big deal? You know, why are they playing so coy and all that kind of stuff like it doesn't mean anything? You know, if it didn't, we'd say it, you know.
Right.
It really does matter because you have to prepare, A, your game plan, but B, also your practice reps. So you decide what direction they're going to go based on what players you think they're going to have available, and that sends them in a certain direction. Hey, if they have two tight ends injured, there's a good chance they won't be playing in 2 tight end sets. So we take more time with 3 wide receiver sets or 2 running back sets. So what direction do you think they'll have to go based on the personnel that they have available? So any team that can keep that a little more away from their opponent throughout the course of the week has a chance for them not to get as many practice reps against the stuff that they're going to see on Sunday. Now, hey, they sit there and we figure it out, we make educated guesses. We're all pretty knowledgeable on, you know, what teams, you know, who might get healthy or might not be healthy and all that kind of stuff. But I think anything that you can leave to doubt gives you somewhat of an advantage, and you want to take every advantage you can to give your players the best chance to be successful in the game.
So you're keeping us guessing until Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
We look forward to that. So, Coach, good luck this week, and thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it.
Still to come on Ravens Report. Rookie linebacker Kenny Young has made a big impact on the field for the Ravens defense this season. The rookie gives the keys to his success coming up next. Pro Bowl voting has officially begun. Vote for your favorite Ravens, including Marshall Yanda, C.J. Mosley, and Justin Tucker, to the 2019 Pro Bowl in Orlando. Make your selection at NFL.com/Pro Bowl vote.
Hey, we're about to go stick on this coach and get some Super Bowl tickets because he's been doing a great job in the community. Shh, follow me. Hey, man, talk to us for a second, man. So, man, what you think about these? You know, got a little 2 tickets to the Super Bowl just for you. You know, you and whatever person you want to bring. I got the hookup for you, baby. I got the hookup. Oh, my Lord. I found these in the back. I got a guy, you know, fell off the back of the truck, now, you know, I figure out you're a great guy to give them to. Oh, my Lord. Helping these boys out, so I want to help you out.
Oh, 34 years of doing this, boy.
Yeah.
And now the rewards are coming.
You hold these. You drunk, baby. You hold these. What you look like? How you feeling right now?
I'm surprised. Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Ravens. Oh, my Lord. This is special.
The Ravens hope Coach Monroe has a great time at the Super Bowl. Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Rookie linebacker Kenny Young has been a key piece in the middle of the Ravens defense this season. The former UCLA standout and 2017 All-Pac-12 player has 36 tackles and 2.5 sacks this season for the Ravens. Young grew up idolizing Ray Lewis and is doing his best to follow in the Hall of Famer's footsteps. Here's Kenny Young talking about life on and off the football field.
Boy, everything we've seen of Kenny Young points to a kid who's going to be an impact player on this defense. Mariota looking to throw. Steps up, hit, and dropped again. Kenny Young with the sack. Hit in the backfield and spun down by Kenny Young, who drops him for a loss. The delayed handoff to Chris Ivory, who is dropped, blown up in the backfield by Kenny Young.
Everything is still in front of us coming off of this bye week. We have a great opportunity to prepare this week to get us a win at home, an opportunity to win out in November, and put ourselves back in a great position for playoffs. In college, I was on the debate team. I was the only student athlete to be on the debate team. Just something different that was going to put me ahead of my competition on and off the field, and it played right along with football because, you know, as I hope to play this game for a very long time on a professional level, speaking is so crucial to, you know, your platform, to your voice, and to your career.
Completes the pass at the 35. Ooh, a big hit by Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis inspired me in so many ways with this game, and a lot of those things that I've learned from him on the field, I've applied to him off the field. Ray just taught me leadership characteristics, how to be you, how to play one way, and that's fast and physical, smart, tough, and these are all, you know, instrumental things that we need for life, period, you know, and especially in the game of football on this level, so many things are happening from shoulders up, you know. I like to think the game is 90% mental and 10% physical. Earlier this week, I got an opportunity to host the movie Instant Family at AMC Theater with a bunch of kids from Boys and Girls Club and Kids Peace. You know, it was on my heart to share a message with them that regardless of your circumstance, your situation, that your dreams and your goals are always there at whatever you want to do in life. And here I am today and trying to strive to do even better things, but most importantly, give back in knowledge and wisdom and, you know, a path of my life that I've crossed to kids that, you know, want to continue to strive to do great in not so comfortable situations.
Coming up on Ravens Report, the Ravens will look to avenge a Week 2 loss to the Bengals on Sunday. We preview this week's AFC North contest, coming up next.
My name's Kevin Spencer. This is my son, Matt.
And we've been PSL owners since day one. We never miss a game.
We've been coming to the game for a very long time to where we know everyone around us. Day one, we didn't know anyone. Today, we're the best of friends.
You know, no matter what's going on around us, we know on Sunday we're here with our friends, rooting on our favorite team.
It's a great town. It's a great city. It's a great team.
Our seats, our city, our team. Go Ravens!
While there are many questions surrounding the Ravens offense, specifically who will be under center this week, the Bengals defense has questions as well. They're the first unit in NFL history to give up 500 yards of total offense in 3 consecutive games and are coming off a 51-14 loss to the Saints. But they still have Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins, who have given the Ravens trouble in the past. The Bengals defense sacked Joe Flacco 4 times in their Week 2 meeting. To further break down Sunday's game, here's Garrett Downing.
The Ravens will welcome the Cincinnati Bengals to town this weekend for a divisional matchup that has big implications in the AFC playoff picture. Baltimore has lost 3 straight games, but the much-needed bye week allowed the team to get away and regroup before the final 7 games of the season. Now a big question mark right now is who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Ravens. Joe Flacco is dealing with a hip injury that has put his status in question. So that means that rookie Lamar Jackson could make his first NFL start this weekend. Regardless of who plays quarterback, this is the week that the offense needs to get going. The Bengals have the worst-ranked defense in the entire NFL, and they're giving up an average of 32 points per game. The Bengals just fired their defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, and now could be an opportunity for this Ravens offense to get back on track with a big day. The Bengals are also dealing with a major injury of their own, as top receiver A.J. Green will miss this week's game with a toe injury. He's killed the Ravens over the years, including in Week 2 this season, and having him sidelined is a big blow to the Bengals. Now, there's a lot riding on this game, really for both teams. The Ravens certainly remember Cincinnati knocking them out of the playoffs at the end of last year, and that's a taste they want to just get out of their mouths. With the Ravens win this weekend, both of these teams would be sitting at 5-5 on the season, and that means that Baltimore would then be in good position to get on a run that would put them back in the postseason.
Sunday's game is crucial if the Ravens are going to make a late season run to the postseason. The Bengals are currently the 6th seed in the AFC with 7 games to go. The good news is the Ravens are 7-1 since 2008 at home against AFC North opponents in November. M&T Bank Stadium will need to be loud and intimidating to help Baltimore get the victory. The first 9 games are in the books, but how the Ravens finish will determine the outcome of the 2018 season. It all starts Sunday against Cincinnati. Ravens fans, be there and be loud. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week on Ravens Report.